All right, let's crack a culinary cold case, one that has probably driven you crazy in the kitchen. The great mystery of the stubborn chickpea. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You've soaked them, you've boiled them for what feels like an entire afternoon, and they're still, well, they're still like little pebbles. I'm here to tell you, you're not alone, and it's probably not your fault. The answer is all in the science.
So think of this as our official investigation. We're going to find the culprits, we're going to uncover the accomplices, and by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to get perfect chickpeas every single time.
Okay, let's dive in. Our investigation begins with culprit number one. You see, every single chickpea comes with its own built-in defense system, a super tough outer layer. Now, this outer layer has a fancy scientific name, the testa, but honestly, let's just call it what it is. It's armor. It's the chickpea's natural, water-resistant armor, designed by nature to protect everything valuable on the inside. And this armor isn't just one simple layer. Oh no, it's a whole cocktail of tough stuff. Fibers like cellulose, hemicellulose, and lignin. Their entire job, their whole reason for being, is to keep water out. Which is great when the chickpea is in the ground, but it's a huge problem for us in the kitchen. And that's really the heart of the problem right there. This barrier just slows down hydration to a crawl. Water can't get inside to do its job, which is to get to the starches and proteins so they can swell up and get tender. Basically, this armor is doing its job a little too well. But the outer armor isn't the only bad guy in this story. To find our second culprit, we have to look way deeper, like down to the microscopic level, at the very thing holding the chickpea's cells together. And that brings us to pectin. You can think of pectin as the cellular glue inside the chickpea. It's this carbohydrate that bonds all the cell walls together and gives the chickpea its structure. Normally, when you cook a fresh chickpea, this glue dissolves just fine. But, and this is a big but, if your chickpeas are a little old, or if they've been stored somewhere warm and humid, this whole chemical chain reaction kicks off. Enzymes start changing that pectin glue, which then lets minerals like calcium and magnesium create these super strong links. Scientists actually call this the hard-to-cook phenomenon, and it literally turns that inner glue into something like concrete, locking the whole thing up. So, we've got our two main culprits, the outer armor and that inner glue. But, you know, they often have a partner in crime, an accomplice that's hiding in plain sight, flowing right out of your kitchen faucet. Yep, it's your water. The problem is all about minerals. If you have hard water, it's already loaded with calcium and magnesium, the exact same minerals that form those concrete-like bonds in the pectin. So cooking with hard water is like sending in reinforcements for the enemy. You're actively helping to make those chickpeas even tougher. Okay, deep breath. We've identified the bad guys. We know what they're doing and why. Now comes the fun part, using all that science to finally crack this case and outsmart those stubborn chickpeas for good. So first things first. We need a battle plan for our main suspect, that tough outer armor, the testa. How on earth do we get past that water-resistant wall? We fight back with a secret weapon: time. Soaking them is this brilliant two-pronged attack. First, it just gives the water enough hours to slowly but surely work its way through the armor and start hydrating the inside. And second, it actually wakes up enzymes inside the chickpea that start breaking down all those tough structures from the inside out. It's kind of like sending spies in to weaken the fortress before the big attack. All right, so the armor has been weakened. Awesome. But what about that reinforced cellular glue inside? That cross-linked pectin that's making everything so rigid? How do we deal with that? We use a little kitchen chemistry. We don't have to just accept the water we have. We can actually change it so it works for us instead of against us. And our secret weapon here is baking soda. Just adding a tiny pinch makes the water alkaline. And an alkaline environment is basically kryptonite for that tough pectin. It just chemically dissolves those strong bonds, breaking down the cellular glue and softening the outer coat. It solves the inner glue problem and the hard water problem all in one shot. So really, the most important thing to take away from all this is that it's not about luck anymore. It's not some magic recipe. It's about understanding the science. You now have the knowledge to figure out what's going wrong and how to fix it. So here it is, your ultimate chickpea toolkit. Number 1. Always soak them overnight. Number 2, add that little pinch of baking soda to take care of that inner glue. Number 3, try to use the freshest chickpeas you can find to avoid that whole hard-to-cook problem from the get-go. And finally, if you know you have hard water, using filtered water can give you an extra boost. And that's it. Case closed. You are now officially equipped to make perfectly creamy, tender, delicious chickpeas whenever you want. So the only real question left is, now that we've solved this mystery, what kitchen science should we investigate next?